Fellas. Who's ready? I think I'm ready. Here we go. 1 more minute, chat. 1 minute. Three, two, one. Good morning, Vietnam. I'm kidding. Good morning, guys. How's it going? Don't worry, I have my coffee, but I used the bathroom before stream today. So we are good. We're great. And we have an amazing session today. News flash, guys. CPI is my highest probability day for my model. Now, will it be high probability with this daily profile? Maybe, maybe not. But CPI is my highest probability day for my model. If you didn't know already, because we have engineered liquidity or manipulation at 8:30. That gives us a base foundation. Everyone got cooked full porting. Yeah, I mean, look at it, bro. No one won this. Shorts or longs, no one won. Look at this, chat. Nobody won this. Nobody won this. But, hey, listen, it's going to be okay. A-okay. Chat, what we're going to be doing right now is you can see I have some lines out on the chart. I have some lines marked out on the chart, and I'm going to tell you exactly what those lines are and what I'm planning to do with them. Okay? As you can see, CPI high, data high, 1 hour fair value gap. Relative equal lows that we engineered from yesterday that we traded away from here. That were where we caught the longs. Relative equal lows. They're now triple equal lows. Okay? And just to make sure, they are also equal lows on NQ. All right? Triple equal lows, maybe even quadruple. Okay? I want to see 930 take data highs and then form a market structure shift fair value gap to the downside to those lows. Or I want to see 930 rip down lower and then push up towards the highs. If that happens, crude oil, which is what you see on the right, I want to see crude oil draw towards that low right there. If crude oil draws towards that low or these lows, it can then move back up higher. But I think personally what is going to happen is 930 is going to open and it's going to rip lower and then it's going to turn back up higher, taking this high. And if that does happen, that means crude oil is going to open, move up higher, take these relative equal highs, and then trade down lower, targeting this low. But if we're going to anticipate that price action is going to do the opposite, where it's going to open, trade up higher to the data highs, form market structure shift fair value gap, then turn down to these relative equal lows, then we need to see crude oil manipulate below some sort of lows, market structure shift fair value gap to the upside. Sorry. To the upside, and then target some of these highs, relative equal highs up here for price action to go take. So those are my two analysis for today, but we are in the profile where we need a move first. So we're not going to be catching a move right off of 930. We need some sort of draw taken first. So if that's high or that low, that's what we're basing our trading off of. We are not trading crude oil, but we are looking at it, obviously, because it's a huge factor in trading right now. Patience is everything, guys. Iran strikes Thai ship attempting to pass through the Strait of Hormuz. Let's see what news is coming out. Spain removes ambassador. Yeah. Iran says Supreme Leader Mojtaba Kamali was lightly injured but still continuing to operate. Germany releases part of its oil reserve due to Middle East war and rising fuel prices. Iran has reportedly shipped over 11 million barrels of oil through the Straits of Hormuz since the war began, all bound for China, CNBC reports. Turkish President Erdogan says this war must be stopped before it engulfs the entire region in flames. Iran says its target economic sites and banks across the region after strikes of Iran Bank. Iran says it now considers U.S. company infrastructure legitimate targets, including belonging to Microsoft, Palantir, Google, Oracle, Nvidia, or IBM. President Trump administration is not considering changing its military strategy against Iran despite the oil prices, political reports. IEA officially proposes release 300 to 400 million barrels of oil from its reserve. UN warns closure of the Strait of Hormuz will drive up food costs and worsen cost of living pressures. Israel assassinates Iranian drone launch squad. International Energy Agency proposes the largest oil reserve release in history to lower prices, WSJ reports. And then 8 hours ago was Iran planting mines in the Strait of Hormuz signals it's capable of choking the global economy. 10 hours ago, this is all news that has happened overnight. U.S. Navy refusing requests from oil and shipping companies for escorts to the Strait of Hormuz due to high risk of Iranian attacks. Iran's IRGC announced start of attacks targeting enemy I always mispronounce this. Technological infrastructure in the region. Major U.S. Israeli strikes hit around Iran. Russia says it's not sharing intelligence with Iran. North Korea says it supports Iran's decision making blah 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 later. Okay, so far what it sounds like, guys, is there's a lot of stuff that could potentially go on with oil more that could hike the prices, but nothing yet. So again, Iran strikes a Thai ship attempting to pass through the Strait of Hormuz, which clearly shows that there's something in the Strait of Hormuz, that there's something that they're protecting. America's going for it. Iran is putting mines in it. There's a lot of oil being moved around across the country, so there is a potential another crazy spike in oil coming up. Oh, and we also can't forget about we can't forget about Max Crosby not passing the physical and getting sent back to the Raiders. That's the biggest news of it all. Patience is everything, guys. Patience, guys. I want to see 930 rip us up higher here. Whoops. If 930 can rip us up higher here, that's going to be beautiful. Oh my gosh, it's going to be beautiful if 930 can take CPI highs. Oh, that was going to be so nice, chat. Oh, oh, that's what I love to see. That is what I love to see, chat. You know how many times this has happened in my model? When 930 takes CPI highs, statistically I have an 80% win rate. Statistically, I have an 80% win rate, chat, with this profile. See what NQ and ES are doing. There's SMT on these highs. This is not even high yet. But if we go to the 15 minute. All right, there's SMT on these highs right here. SMT on CPI highs, chat. SMT on CPI highs. That's huge. Yeah, guys, why y'all full porting CPI? Used your code early, Ben. Really appreciate discount. Let's go, brother. Hopefully you didn't blow it on CPI. Chat, I have a good feeling about today. As you can see, oil is hello. I know what I'm looking at on oil here is just having a little bit of a rejection after taking this low-hanging fruit right here, trading to this inefficiency. Want to see a break structure to the upside. Until then, we're still very early here on NQ. NQ had a more volatile reaction. Oil didn't really move. Sam Rogers, it's all good, brother. Just waiting to see if there's oil news. Nothing yet. Guys, what's a good site to watch the news live? What do you guys use to watch this oil news live? Bloomberg? I love this reaction, chat. It looks so bearish. I have to pay for it, bro. Live updates. 9 minutes ago. More from Japan. Japan to release 80 million barrels of oil from state private resources. A lot of countries are releasing a lot of oil, chat. Let me do this real quick. If many countries release barrels of oil, usually from strategic reserves, that is generally a bearish for oil prices. Why is it bearish? Oil is heavily influenced by supply versus demand. Releasing barrels equals increasing supply. When supply increases, suddenly the market often reacts with lower prices. So if multiple countries release oil from the reserves, like U.S. Strategic Petroleum Reserve and coordinated release by allies, traders interpret it as more oil available in the market, short-term oversupply, downward pressure on prices. So what they're doing right now, chat, is they're releasing more oil because the prices of oil are getting hiked. So I wouldn't look at it as a crazy bearish move. I would look at it as a move that could drive price lower temporarily, which could cause price action to turn up and not go back down to these relative equal lows today, right? We could just rip down lower from this point with oil because of all the countries like Japan, Germany, and all these places are releasing like 80 to 100 million barrels of oil, right? So that temporarily drives the price of oil lower because they're increasing supply, but temporarily. When the price of oil goes lower, usually the NASDAQ goes higher. So although it looks beautiful power of 3 to the downside to these relative equal lows, we have to also understand that we have relative equal highs up here, and the price of oil is getting pushed lower. So far, I'm still thinking we're going to be short to these relative equal lows. We go to the regular trading hour gap. Very small, but it's there still. I'm just looking at those lows, man. We need to mark out midnight open as well. Right, it's trading to midnight open. Hasn't touched midnight open yet. But another reason why we could be bullish and not bearish and leave these relative equal lows is you can see midnight open is open. We open and trade right away from it. And then we trade up higher going to take it. Now there's two outcomes of price action and what it could do today. Because a lot of countries are... ES took those lows. Yeah, but NQ didn't. Because a lot of countries are offloading their oil, which is releasing their oil, which is increasing the supply, which means oil can push lower, which means the index can push higher. It looks like it could just go draw to these relative equal highs and leave these lows here. Previous day highs up here as well. We didn't take previous day low. The only reason why I would think we go down there is because we take relative equal low, trade a 4 hour fair value gap, then turn up, but we already are trading up now. So in my mind, I'm not really going to look for shorts just yet. And we're going to be patient. I'm a little bit more neutral. So you're saying they're correlated? No, oil and then indexes are decorrelated. So what happens is when oil pushes lower, the NASDAQ pushes higher. And I'm not looking at any price action in oil. For me, oil, I don't really look at price action when I'm looking and analyzing oil. I look at oil and I use economic news. So for example, these countries that are releasing barrels of oil, 80 million, 100 million barrels of oil, does what? Why are they releasing this much oil? Why? Why are countries releasing oil? What is the point of it? Well, the point of it is to temporarily drive the price of oil lower so it's more affordable, to protect citizens and protect people, because the price of oil will get hiked in times of war. So when they're releasing these barrels of oil, it's temporarily driving price down lower. Well, that's not how it works. So tell me how it works. Tell me why they're releasing 80 and 100 million barrels of oil. Why would they do that to not drive the price of oil lower? Let's hear Andrew Marashingi Talks' advice. Let's hear what he says. Why would the countries be releasing 80 to 100 million barrels of oil? What's up, Animal? For war and price reasons. Exactly. They release oil because they need to lower the prices of oil, or else it's going to be hiked to Narnia, bro. We're going to Valhalla if they do not release oil. We're going to $200 per barrel if they do not release oil. So that is why oil is moving lower right now. But the rejection that we're getting here makes me think that we have power of 3 to the downside. I get what you're saying now. Guys, you have to also understand that the market is not just influenced just by, and one thing that we've learned with Trump being in office is the market does not just move off of the algorithm, okay? Obviously, there's manual intervention, because if there was if it just moved on the algorithm and no manual intervention, then this would not be happening. On top of that, days like these would not happen. But the market is manually intervened right now because of the war. Right now, the market is following the price of oil because oil is where everyone is looking at. We have midnight open right here. Right now, everyone is looking at oil. Why is everybody looking at oil? Because oil is going absolutely crazy. What was it a few months ago? The market and everyone was looking at what? Silver and gold. Now it's oil. Silver and gold prior to the war because of the fear and the greed and whatever, because of the emotions. And now oil because of the actual war, and it's a war against oil. That's what it is. So what we do looking for trades is we use our technical analysis. We use our statistics that we've built over trading, but we also factor in the news about the oil market. If we're bearish on oil, do you think we're going to take shorts on the NASDAQ? No. Now, if we get a shift in structure with technical analysis here on oil, temporarily we can push back up higher because there isn't no crazy news going out right now. It's a little bit more risky, but we could still find better trades. I still think we're going to sell off to these relative equal lows here. We're rejecting off of midnight open. We just need to see a displacement past this fair value gap. Once we disrespect this fair value gap, we can take it short. Patience, patience, patience. How's everybody's CPI? Cooked, horrible. Did anybody make money on CPI? Lost 12K. Everybody like up the stream, by the way, guys. Help me out. Like up that stream. Let's see how many likes we're at. Let's see how many likes we're at. We're at 28 likes. If we can get to 150, I'll do a giveaway. If we can do 150, I'll do a giveaway. Cooked everything. Nah. Yes, boy, 1,200. Let's go. Okay, there's a little bit of winners on the market today. But guys, CPI is one of my most profitable days. Like, I rarely lose on CPI. Now, obviously, I'm not going to go into this thinking I'm going to win no matter what. I'm thinking it's a regular day just like everything else. But one thing you need to know about my model is my model performs 80% of the time and shows up and works 80% of the time statistically on CPI. That's why I never miss CPI. Because I have a whole foundation with this high. Whenever CPI forms a high and a low like this and rests it and then takes it at 930, that's my whole entire foundation. See how oil's starting to push up higher? Right? See how oil's starting to push up higher after taking sell side liquidity here? We could potentially be getting a reversal, which could trigger oil to be going up to this high, and it could trigger NQ to be going down to these relative equal lows that we engineered. So we need to see a shift in structure, and what we need to see before we look for a short chat is this fair value gap getting disrespected. We are in that higher time frame fair value gap in that 1 hour. We need to body below the low that we took at CPI and then trade down here. Look at the 15-minute chart. We have a new 15-minute in now. Bodies below consequent encroachment of that 1 hour fair value gap. Beautiful wick all the way up to this higher time frame fair value gap. Look how it respects there. I want to see price action either form one more high or form a failure swing, then break structure to this low, inversing that fair value gap, then we'll look for a short. But so far, we're still a little bit neutral. Low a day is set. So there is a chance that low a day is set, and that's why I'm not taking a trade yet. Okay, this is what's going through my mind with my analysis right now. Countries are releasing millions of barrels of oil. Japan, Germany, and a bunch of other countries are releasing oil. Why are they releasing oil? To bring the price of oil lower so it's more affordable in this time, which is a temporary fix for a problem that will drive oil higher in the long term. Okay? But right now, temporary fix. Because they're releasing oil, and oil is, when that happens, it causes the price of oil to go lower, then indexes go higher. So bullishness can happen. You look at that 15-minute chart and midnight open opens, and since then we trade down lower taking sell side liquidity, and then we shift structure to the upside. But we have CPI high, we trade lower. At 9:30, we take CPI. So we have power of 3 to the downside, rejection towards the downside. So the technical analysis is bearish, fundamental analysis is bullish. But remember, it's temporary. It's temporary, fuck, you know what I mean. Looking at price action right now, it looks like it wants to sell off, but it could easily be a trap for shorts. I'm waiting for price action to start disrespecting bullish PD arrays. Don't make the mistake by getting in too early here, okay? Because there hasn't been any single bearish or bullish PD array that's been disrespected yet. These are all just little short-term lows that price action can easily be just taking and then turning up higher. We look at crude oil. Crude oil looks like it's reversing back up to the upside. Could attack this high up here. Okay, we look at ES. ES is trading into that inefficiency, already trading lower and disrespecting PD arrays. So it does look nice. We go to the 5-minute. 5-minute fair value gaps here. It's starting to get disrespected. NQ's in a 5-minute fair value gap. We have SMT on CPI highs as well, which is great. That little trend line rejection as well. Right? So we have huge SMT, but we need a little bit more bearish confirmation, right? I want a displacement and create an inversion fair value gap here. If we can get the inversion fair value gap here, I'm going to look for a simple fill of a fair value gap. Then we're going to catch short to the relative equal lows. For now, we're going to sit on our hands because it's very clean for shorts, but we aren't getting that profile because there's a little bit of statistics that are fundamental telling us that we could trade up higher and trade lower on oil. $250 is too much to rest on a 25K account? Yes. So in hindsight, the low of day could be set in, but I am anticipating we're going to trade to the lows one more time. Going on prehistoric price action, we aren't really moving in a daily range. We go up then down, then up then down. That happens multiple days. You see that we're starting to push down lower here. Beautiful reaction. I want to see price action disrespect this fair value gap. Then we can catch a trade here. I am going to get my calculator out. My phone's about to die though, so hopefully we're good. Let's hope we get a fill here too. Hope Dr. Phil shows up. See how it's respecting this 1-minute fair value gap? This is what I'm looking for price action to disrespect. Once price action disrespects that, then I'm chilling. Then I'm being chilling, okay? Beautiful reaction to the upside, but you see there's a gap here. It could easily be corrected down to this inefficiency. But it looks like oil does want to push up higher. But again, you see how price action low-key kind of follows. Just got to be patient, guys. It looks very nice for shorts, but we need to body past that. If we can body past this inversion and go into this fair value gap, I'll take it. Or if we can trade into this fair value gap, then body down past the inversion, I will also take that. So let me calculate both stop losses. 52. $35. See how it's disrespecting that fair value gap? Already put my tool away. Right now, what I'm looking at, chat, is this 5-minute fair value gap. It looks like it wants to kind of respect these inefficiencies. So we need a little bit of more movement here, a little bit more maturity. It looks like it's respecting this 1 minute. Give it some time, guys. It's not bearish enough. It could easily just continue to rip up higher. This could be a consolidation expansion or retracement expansion. If that is the case, I would want to see it go to a lower 5-minute fair value gap. Maybe you're down here into a discount. But we need to be patient. What is my target? I ideally want to see these relative equal lows being taken. See, oil is now in this 1 minute fair value gap that we've called out earlier. Let's see how it reacts to it. Looks like it's rejecting a little bit, but it looks like it's going to go right past it. To me, in my eyes, it looks like it's consolidation, expansion, or retracement expansion, and oil went up to take this internal range high, and now it's going to go back down to the low of day, right? No, that's not low of day. I think it's going to go, oil's going to draw down to those lows, to be honest. I think oil is bearish. I think these barrels being released are going to cause price action to trade down lower. But what I'm anticipating is a little bit of a price run to these relative equal lows, then it to hike right back up. I'm not anticipating a full daily range move right here. I'm locked in. Guys, I'm telling you guys, that double win yesterday completely put me locked in. Because now my losing streak's over. And usually what happens after that is an insane run, like generational run. Okay, let's see if we can get a fill here. Big stop loss, but we play conservative here today. Okay, we play conservative here. There's no more most recent swing high. So 67. Whoa, hello oil. Look at that reaction to that 1 minute fair value gap. Okay, but the body, look at the body. I think it's going to get a quick wick and it's going to rip down lower. Look how the 5 minutes kind of getting disrespected here. Oh, my stomach's starting to hurt again. Uh-oh. We're in a 15-minute fair value gap, but respecting that 15-minute higher PD ray. I'll see you trade into this inefficiency, then trade lower. Okay, we're in it. Trade lower to the open and we're in the short. Just don't rip like crazy without me. We're in the inversion fair value gap as well. Let's see if we can get IOFED here. I'm not taking the trade though yet because look at oil. Oil looks like it's selling off here. So that could drive the price of indexes to reverse back up higher off that 15-minute BISI. Right? See how oil's reversing? That's not a sign of getting into a short here on NQ. That's a sign of price action respecting that 15-minute fair value gap to the upside. So I'm not getting in the short. If anything, it could flip. This reaction could flip my bias. That looks like a turtle soup there. I would need to see oil start pushing up higher. See how it's completely ripping? That is why I'm not getting into the short. Although the index can move on its own, it is following oil right now. And the fact that oil turtle soup that high with a little bit of a leg manipulation causes me to disrespect that bearish bias. See how it's moving up higher because of oil drifting down lower? I would have took that short, but because oil is pushing down lower, I'm not engaging into that short because the prices of the indexes are following. And it looks like it's reacting to this 15-minute and turning back up higher. So that confirms my bias bullish and bearish on oil, or we could be souping that low then turn up again. Right now, not enough information. We're bullish to neutral. We're neutral to bullish. Neutral to bullish right now. Okay, HMY2LG, bro. See how everyone's like, I think. Don't think. No, off of probabilities and statistics. Probability and statistics is the indexes are going to move higher with the barrels of oil getting released, but that's temporary. So price action can rip up higher, taking the high that I engineered. See how oil's kind of consolidating right now? Low probability conditions. I'm bullish to neutral because of this reaction right here. I know we have relative equal lows there, but we also have relative equal highs up here. And we retrace into a 15-minute fair value gap. I will get into a long if we break back up above this high. My bias is very indecisive, not indecisive, but neutral in these current profiles because there's no daily profile. The daily chart is completely not, it's not valid right now. 63, oh, hold on. See how oil's retracing into this inefficiency? If it starts pushing down lower and starts pushing up higher, I'm going to get into a long here. We rejected off minute open, but I want to see it break it and go up to these equal highs. See how it's respecting this inefficiency? We have a BPR down there as well. So we have a 15-minute fair value gap. It's starting to push up higher here. This looks like a better trade than the short buys because we wicked above this high internal range liquidity sweep, which is the turtle soup. Now we can target some external range liquidity on oil. On terms of oil, looking at that retracement, it looks like it wants to draw down to these relative equal lows. Looks like we're going to get into a long here, chat. We're going to take 2 entries today. That's it, though. Nothing more. CPI is one of my favorite days, but it can also be very, very... It's my highest probability day, but it could be very indecisive. See how it's pushing down lower again? Boom. Now my bias is done. Not looking for a long. That retest instantly invalidates the long, puts me back to neutral. The hourly bias does look like it wants to sell off because we don't really have a low here. We have a swing low forming though. It's very indecisive right now with the way oil is moving. The markets are very indecisive. So we need extra confirmation before we get in longs. As you can see, yes, 1 hour for value gap there and here and here, right? That BPR, beautiful respect. But we have a swing low forming here. We have relative equal lows there and a 4 hour inefficiency. But remember, if we want to be bearish, we have to be bullish on oil. Is oil bullish right now? Looks like it can be. It's chopping a little bit. Okay, look at this 5-minute reaction here. We are in that 15-minute, which I want to see price action disrespect. Or is it a 3-minute? Look at that 3-minute fair value gap reaction right there, right? It's still too premature for me to get into shorts right now because of that 15-minute. Because of that 15-minute inefficiency, it's too premature. It looks like it's respecting this fair value gap here. Like we could still get into the trade up here if we wanted to. But see how it's retesting it? It is consolidating in 50% and in that BPR though. Just to me, it looks like more of a failure swing to the high and then a rip down lower following power of 3 than it does for longs. But because oil is looking bearish, I kind of am letting go of that power of 3. And I would rather take longs here. Obviously, my TP would be up higher. You know what it is, guys? I'm drinking black coffee. Black coffee makes me hyper focused. Maybe I should drink black coffee before every market. I'm probably gonna get into a long here, chat. Just need to see a little bit of a better body-ish here. Looks bearish. Looks like oil wants to sell off. Let's look what ES is doing. ES is respecting that fair value gap as well. Gonna get into a long here, chat. Not yet, not yet, not yet. Okay, I'm getting it along right now.
Order filled.
All right, I want to see oil tank. There we go. Beautiful reaction on that. Oil should start tanking now. We just broke structure to the upside. We should start pushing to the upside here in the indexes. We shouldn't really have any push down lower. I want to see an inefficiency form here. Really should start pushing up to the highs. Break even is going to be at midnight open here. We have to drag to break even at midnight open. We should start pushing up higher. I'll drag to... I'll put a little bit of risk on the table here. If we break midnight open, I'll leave the fair value gap open. But see how oil's ripping lower, but the indexes are not following. That's not the greatest sign. The markets are starting to move a little bit more algorithmically now. Like the markets are clearing up just a little bit now. Like my model is starting to show up a little bit, so it gives me a little bit more confidence as well. All right, we have a new hour in 8 seconds. That should open and just rip. With the way oil's moving, we should rip above midnight open here. If we reject midnight open, that's not a good sign at all. See how oil's tanking right now? Indexes should be following and pushing up. I mean, not following, but you know what I mean. Okay, it's 10 a.m. We should get a fat rip here. Could go into that fair value gap, then turn up. But what I'm looking at the hourly chart is that it's a very strong bullish body. We want to see trend continue above midnight open. We see we already have that manipulation done. We have the relative equal lows. That is the little sign of us being scared. They're not scared, but I'm on my Lucids, right? Yeah, okay. I didn't know Lucid doesn't get rid of your execution. Beautiful push up. Okay, now we're going to be dragging our stop loss. Beautiful push. Dragging our stop loss now. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful push here. We want to draw up to this high. Continue to draw up to this high, baby. Woo, woo, woo. Okay, we're gonna partial. One second. Oh, that's 150 contracts. That would have been bad.
Order filled.
All right, half off. Drag to break even. Woo, woo, woo. Benny is back, baby. Benny's back, baby. Let's go. Benjamin SMC is back. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about, bro. We are back. Up $600 each account on the day, no matter what. Right now, we're resting another $2,000, but break even is still staying in play. I am not touching the trade. Find another trader that can do that type of analysis better. Reading oil like it's a book. But Ben, the barrels of oil, that doesn't mean shit. But Ben, shut up. You know what I'm doing? Oil is bearish, indexes are bullish. That plain and simple. Countries that are releasing 80 to 100 million barrels of oil is for them to temporarily drive the price of oil lower to make it more affordable because of what's going on. When oil moves lower, the indexes move higher. You get me? We already TP'd. We took, yeah. I realized. Hold on. Oh, that was, okay. I got it, Chad. I got it. Don't worry. I almost got into a short. Hey, we still W. We took half off. I'm still happy with what we have. No matter what, we make $600 per account on the trade. That was a good partial, bro. Look at this partial. Woo! Should react off this fair value gap. I'm not loving that instant push down lower. That does look like it's soups midnight open and wants to reverse to the equal lows now. But we got to be patient. Give it some room. It's trading into this lower fair value gap here. Let's see what ES is doing. ES is a little bit decoupled. It did take CPI highs now, so it could reverse off this point. But I am anticipating... If you look at the NASDAQ traded into that lower fair value gap, but MNQ didn't. So that's actually a good sign on our behalf. If we get a body above midnight open, we're... Oh, okay. Almost. We should rip up higher here. The trade is still in play, guys. Just make sure you have a proper stop loss placement. Everybody like that stream right now, bro. Everybody like that stream right now. Y'all think I just stopped learning how to trade? You think I just lost my touch, right? Because of that losing streak? You think Benjamin SMC just disappeared? Do you think my 6 years of experience just disappear because of the bad daily profile? Look, we averaged 1,600 viewers. Now we're at 863. Half of my viewers left because of a losing streak. Those are copy traders. Those are people that cannot stick to a system, that need to rely on somebody else to make their profits. And when they're not catering to their needs, they leave. It's kind of like those gold diggers who, when the men have the money, or the gold digger men's, when women have the money or whatever, but when they stop catering to their needs, they go somewhere else. It's kind of like the guys who date good looking women, but then when that woman, well, let's say she gets, stuff happens to her and then they leave. You're never gonna bear fruit if you leave when times get hard. You're never, ever gonna bear fruit when times get hard if you leave. Y'all think 6 years of trading experience go in the garbage because of a bad profile? Do you think 6 years of experience and $550,000 of payouts just get invalidated because of a drawdown period? No. Half the viewers that left missed out on a learning opportunity. How do you mentally prepare for that? Because every trader is going to go through a losing streak of what I just got out of. Every single trader is going to get out of that. Going to go through that. How do you mentally prepare yourself for it? That's what you guys learned watching me. I did not change my model. I did not change anything. I did not change the way I traded. I showed up every day, even when it didn't work. And now we're bearing the fruit of it. Just like the gym. You don't see results, show up anyway. You'll be in shape. I'm still holding this trade, chat, but oil does look like it's reversing. But we took half off. We tried to break even. I'm just sitting on this trade. I'm not closing for $100 profit on each account, $200 profit on each account. I do think that price action has an opportunity of ripping up higher. I don't like how oil soups that. It did create relative equal lows. It souped that internal range low, that low hanging fruit. It could look like it could start going down towards those relative equal lows now. If price action respects this inefficiency and doesn't body past it, then I'm going to close my position. But it looks like it still wants to trade up higher. Oil does look bullish now after that reaction though. But we're still going to hold it because it's not forming inefficiencies, right? There's no fair value gaps being formed. If we disrespect that high, then we're chilling. We have a stop loss to drag to and profit. So just hold on to your trade, guys. Hold on to your horses. Patience is everything. I love the... Bro, half off at the high of that, man. Wow. Great partial. Yeah, see how it's starting to push down lower here? Oil's starting to hike up higher. Probably break even here. But it's still a dub, half off here. Let's see. We're in this inefficiency now. We were in it before, though. We really got to push up from this point. Our stop loss is at consequent encroachment. Yeah, oil's reversing. We're probably going to get a reverse here. W trade in the chat, guys. W trade. We're up $600 on each account. W trade. Now I want to see a shift of that low. Oil is starting to push up higher. We're still not done, chat. We still got the lows to go tack. I want to see oil push up higher, targeting these highs up here. And I want to see NQ break structure to the downside. Then we can target those relative equal lows. But right now, we're not going to get into a short. Still looks like it could turn up. But oil is looks like it's starting to reverse. W, good call. Thank you, brother. How do you take partials of Lucid? Same thing. It's just trade of 8. I do think it's probably going to end up turning up higher. I just didn't want to drag my stop loss past break even. Coming out of a losing streak, I'd rather get a partial, like a half off win than get into more risk, especially in these profiles. You always, when you're daily profiles like this, you always want to guarantee profits rather than potentially get more. You always want to guarantee profits, and that's what we're doing right now, is guaranteeing profits. Let's see how oil's trading that inefficiency and pushing back up higher. Okay, we're doing a little bit of analysis on oil here. We rip down lower, and now we're trading back up higher. We have an inefficiency there, but it looks like it wants to start drawing up to the upside here. Oil does look bullish now. With oil being bullish, it looks like we can now be bearish towards the relative equal lows here. I want to see an inefficiency on NQ. Your read oil so good, brother. I can tell you I've been grinding off stream recently. NQ shot up at 10 a.m. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. It's sad that we have to rely on oil for confirmation, waiting for the good days. Yeah, I missed the good days when all we needed was NQ, but now we needed gold last time. Now we need oil. It's all good. Like, shit happens sometimes. It's in a 5-minute fair value gap, but I do think it's going to turn down lower. See how price action is kind of bodying below midnight open here? That 15-minute bodies below midnight open shows that we soup the highs, and now we're turning back down lower. I'm more bearish than bullish right now, but we could, if we rip up higher, I'm just going to walk away from the charts. Here's what's going to happen, chat. If we displace lower form of fair value gap, I'm going to take a short. If we rip up higher, I'm going to walk away from the charts, come back PM session. Okay? I'm not going to re-enter into a long that I was originally in. I'm going to walk away with the profits if we rip up higher. But if we move down lower, we're going shorts for those relative equal lows. But that's if oil starts pushing up higher. Oil is is rejecting a little bit here. We have a 1 minute inefficiency that it's trading to, but it's rejecting to take these relative equal highs up here. We have an inefficiency up there that can move. But see how oil's pushing lower and NQ's pushing lower? That's a good sign for NQ to be bearish. Because when oil pushes higher, NQ's going to push even more bearish. See that displacement there? It's rejecting. Don't like that. But oil's pushing up. Oil is bullish. IO Fed entry there on oil. Oil should rip up above these highs right now. If it retests that fair value gap, it could be a bad sign here. But oil should rip up above these highs, while NQ should push down lower. Beautiful. 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 Oh yeah, we're cooking for some shorts, guys. Look at that manipulation leg on oil right there. 10 a.m. manipulation wick. Now oil's going to drop to these highs. Oh, chat, we're cooking right now. We're going to get another short here. For the 800 people that are not watching my stream anymore, y'all are missing out, bro. Y'all leave when a losing streak happens. Y'all never going to bear the fruit of a winning streak. And watch, they're all going to come back when I get a $500,000 payout. And they're all going to come back and they're all going to go crazy. But they're missing the payout. Damn, Ben's cooking right now. Man's acting like he's had 3 Red Bulls. I've had a whole black coffee, bro. You know what? Has anyone had the egg white bites from Starbucks? Bro, those are the best. Tell your mom, tell your cousin, tell your sister, tell your brother. Benjamin SMC is back. Some people are just not cut for it. Yeah, that's exactly how it is. See how it's starting to push up back up higher? Oil starting to reverse. It looks like a potential seeking to destroy a little bit. But I am bullish on oil now, which means I'm bearish on NQ. I think it's just consolidating a little bit. But see how it's respecting 3-minute fair value up to the upside? It looks like it wants to continue back up to the upside. But the failure to the midnight open on the 15-minute and that huge wick wants me to short. So we do have to be patient. Really depends on oil here, guys. Everything really depends on oil. By the way, guys, short intermission while we're waiting for shorts. If you guys do not know what this website is, Prop Firm Gain, you can go on completely free, create a profile to save your data and get giveaways and discounts and know when it happens. But you can see all the information about prop firms. You can also get real matches. It's Tinder, Prop Firm Tinder. You go, let's say you're advanced, you want a cheap account, right? You model trader, blah, blah, blah. You're a conservative trader. Let's say your win rate is 50 to 60%. Let's say you take 1 to 2 reward ratios. Let's say you trade the 1 minute to 5 minute, 1 to 2 trades a day. You want 50 to 150K account sizes. You want under $50 for evaluation. You no preference about the drawdown type because you want no payout cap. How important payout cap? Very important. I don't want a firm to have a payout cap. Do you trade during news events? No. And then you troll up and you can see Apex Trader Funding intraday trailing, no payout cap accounts is 83% match. Next is Lucid Trading, Lucid Flex accounts. So we go to compare and we go to here and we add Lucid and Apex Trader Funding, and you can see side by side what the details are. Also, if you want to see Lucid Trading, you can go into the firms, go to Lucid Trading. You can see all the rules, evaluations, and account types and all the details about it. All right, completely for free, propfirmgain.com. Now we're trying to get some shorts here, chat. Beautiful rejection on that inversion fair value gap, back on that hourly fair value gap. Oil's hiking back up higher. Beautiful reaction to the downside. Look at that amazing reaction. Oil is starting to look bullish here. I want to see a body and a fair value gap, then we can take a trade. We have a high, a protected high to drag our stop loss now. I want to see price action break that low here. Something I'm looking at right here is this. I don't recommend bad firms, so I did not add Top Step to that list. So what am I doing here, guys? We're $600 in profit. So I'm going to be risking $350 on this trade. Okay, risk management. So if we lose, we still walk away with $300 in profit. Okay, ready to sell here to relative equal lows. Oil isn't looking that bullish yet though, chat, so I'm gonna sell here. Just wick that. We need a body reaction. See, I didn't enter into short yet. See, I don't like that. Oil needs to start pushing up higher, dude. Oil needs to start pushing up higher. It looks bullish though. Oil does look bullish. It's consolidating that fair value gap, really respecting it as well. 2-minute fair value gap oil is in. Trades to it, respects consequent encroachment, rips up. It's consolidating right now. That's why ES is not, NQ's not ripping down lower. Look at ES as well. ES is also bearish. Beautiful reaction to the downside. Once he traded that fair value gap, then react right off of it. We have a BPR here as well, as you can see. Perfect BPR. Hits it, start trading down lower, we're in our short. See how oil's pushing lower though? If we don't win this trade, we're off for the day with profit. So what I'm doing is I'm risking 50% of the profit that I made on the previous trade. One thing I don't like is how NQ looks very bearish here, but oil is not moving. So I'm not getting in the short just yet. See how it's rejecting the body? It's rejecting a little bit. It's respecting that fair value gap fairly well though. That 15-minute fair value gap is being really respected here. See how it trades into that 15-minute fair value gap again, then rejects, trades to it, pushes up higher, pushes down lower, trades to that 15-minute fair value gap, pushes down lower. Now it's rejecting off that BPR there. Needs to push below that low, and then we're in a short. Crude oil inventories in 10 minutes. See how oil's pushing lower? Now I'm not interested in taking a short. So if crude oil inventories are releasing in 10 minutes, that means the weekly U.S. inventory report from all U.S. Energy Information Administration, the EIA, is about to drop. This report shows how many barrels of oil were added and removed and stored last week. So this is very important right now, chat. How traders read it, very simple. Big inventory build, more oil in storage, bearish for oil. So if there's more oil in storage, oil is going to sell off. Okay? Big inventory draw, which means less oil in storage and more countries are taking oil out. That's bullish for oil. So what we're going to do here is we're going to pull up the Forex calendar. Let's see if it should be on here. Crude oil inventories. We're forecasted to have 2.8 million. The previous was 3.5. Right? So a bullish number is bad. The more oil, no, sorry, never mind. Like a bullish number is red. See how it's marked red here? If there's 16 million barrels in oil, that's not good. The oil prices are going to hike up higher. But if there's negative, that means they took oil out of the reservoir or whatever it's called. I'm pretty sure that's how the Forex calendar reads it. I don't look at the Forex calendar when I'm reading oil news, so it's a little bit different. But you see how in February we had 16 million. March there was a 3 million, so it's in a clear decline. They're taking more oil barrels out of the markets. Okay. Let's see what happens here though. We have 10 minutes, chat. That's probably why it's consolidating right now. Let me read this because I actually never looked at the oil news on Forex calendar. Changing the numbers of barrel of crude oil held in the inventory by commercial firms during the past week. Usual effect. Actual less than forecasted is good for currency. Good for currency. Yeah, so we want a green number here. So again, if the number is higher than what's forecasted, which is 2.8 million, then that means price action, the oil is going to move up higher and indexes are going to move down lower. So we could easily catch a nice short in 10 minutes if we find that the prices of oil, the amount of barrels that are in the inventories, are higher than the forecast of 2.8 million. So far, it looks like price action is waiting for that news to come out. The people not watching the stream are missing out, bro. Whoops. Guys, what do you think about this logo? It's better, or does it need to be a little bit bigger bars or something? I feel like it's a little bit stretched res. Beautiful reaction to the downside here. Okay, I'm gonna get the Forex counter on my other computer. You guys won't be able to see it, but I need to see it on my other screen. My other screen for this computer is broken, so I can't pull it up for you guys. But put it on your screen, okay? We have 6 minutes. It's projected to be 2.8 million barrels. We want to see a number that is less than that for longs. But why? Because we're targeting those relative equal lows, I want to see a number greater than 2.8 million in 6 minutes. So pull up that Forex calendar, look at those barrels. Propfromgain.com. It's right up here, guys. That's what it's for. See how we're starting to push down lower? I could take a short prior to that, guys, but if that number comes out bullish, I'm closing right away. See how it's starting to push up higher? We need an inefficiency here. We have a fair value gap here that we could take. Remember, we're not risking as much. Probably gonna rip without us here. Hopefully we can get a fill. Oh, the top of the fair value gap's here. Ten seconds. Come on, trade into that fair value gap. It's probably going to leave it as a breakaway gap. Remember, with the Forex counter, guys, what do we want to see? First of all, oil's starting to push up higher, so this decorrelation is amazing. I just want to see it trade into this inefficiency. We have a fair value inversion there that I could be going to, though. Right? But what do we want to see here with the news? In 4 minutes, what do we want to see? We want to see higher than the forecast. Higher than the forecast is good for us. It's bearish and bullish for oil, bearish for indexes. Price of oil is starting to push up higher. We have 3 minutes and 45 seconds until this news counter comes out. Just want to see you trade into this inefficiency here. In terms of ES here, beautiful push down. 1 hour to 1 hour, beautiful SMT on these highs as well. Just give us a fill, baby. Dr. Phil, where are you? Dr. Phil, don't leave me. Don't leave me, Dr. Phil. Don't leave me. What's that scene from Interstellar? No. No. I feel like I'm in Interstellar right now. Don't leave me. Don't leave me, Mark. Don't leave me, Phil. Phil, no. Don't leave me. Don't leave me, Phil. Phil, don't leave me. Phil, no, no. Don't leave me. Don't leave me, Phil. Phil, don't leave me. Don't leave me. No. Just go in on your own, dumbass. You gonna miss it. Bro is a Division 1 gambler chaser, bro. Bro's like, just get in. You're gonna miss it. Bro's a Division 1 chaser. Bro's a Heisman Trophy for chasing trades. Guys, if it rips lower, it rips lower. There's nothing we can do about it. We had the right bias. We'll just give ourselves kudo points. Give ourselves a pat on the back. We're up on the day. We're not going to chase. Don't leave me. Don't leave me, Phil. Phil, don't leave me. Don't leave me, Phil. All right, we got the Forex counter coming out very shortly, chat. 5 minute fair value gap. Can get rid of my sell limit. Actually, low key, I don't think so. I think it could retrace into here still. I do think I need to change it though. We're doing a bigger trade here. There we go. There we go. Forex counter coming out. Data's coming out, chat. 20 seconds. A move prior to this data coming out will be beautiful. Remember, we're not risking that much here, chat. I'll tell you exactly how much we're risking. 75. We're risking $300 on this trade. Data comes out in 5 seconds, guys. Come on, let's get a fill prior to this. Don't leave me, Phil. Boom! Beautiful.
Order filled.
I manually entered in there. I didn't even wait for my fill limit. I manually entered in there. We should rip lower. That's beautiful data right there. 3.5, which is above the forecast, or 3.8. So a million barrels above forecast. This should be bearish for indexes and bullish for oil. Bearish for indexes, bullish for oil, because the inventory they didn't sell as much as projected. The indices should push lower and oil should push up higher. 3.8 actual, 2.8 forecast. So that's actually really good for our buys to those relative equal lows here, chat. But I wouldn't have even gotten filled. I actually manually entered. I kind of wanted to rip lower now without entering into that fair value gap. And okay, we're in that fair value gap. All right, guys, we're only risking about $320 on this trade. We are, no matter what, walking away with profits today. Okay? No matter what. You can see oil is lacking a little bit of that reaction, but it's starting to push up higher. That forecast, I know it's yellow folder, but it is in our direction. It is in our favor for this trade. Beautiful. Please make one with the Urus. I didn't get the Urus holo. I'm doing a better series of events. I'm planning on retiring my mom this year. What's up, Bella? How's it going? I'm having a good day today, Bella. Our losing streak's over. We got an amazing long, and now we're gonna get an amazing short. Having a great day today, Bella. What about you? Yeah, guys, I am planning on retiring my mom, doing a whole video about it very soon. I can't retire. I can't get a house right now because I don't even have a T1. Like, I haven't paid taxes. I haven't paid my taxes yet. And I need, like, this is my first year paying taxes. I'm paying near $400,000 in taxes on my first ever year in my life paying taxes. Beautiful reaction to the downside there, chat. Absolutely beautiful. Yeah, YAD. And that's how you use oil to your advantage. So see how we're trading lower, but oil is actually trading lower as well. If oil starts pushing up higher, we're ripping to those relative equal lows, like instantly. Beautiful reaction on the trade there, though, chat. Absolutely beautiful. Once we trade and body below this low, we're dragging our stop loss above consequent encroachment to basically take risk off this trade. I live in Toronto, brother. Stop drinking coffee? Brother, if I don't drink coffee, you don't get streams like this, bro. Beautiful data with that oil news, though, chat. Beautiful data. Beautiful reaction on that inefficiency right there, respecting consequent encroachment with that wick. Beautiful institutional order flow entry drill. You can see the 5-minute also has a 5-minute IO Fed entry there, which is absolutely lovely. Beautiful trade, beautiful everything. We want to draw down lower. I want to see oil start ripping up to the upside because of that bullish news for oil here. The forecast was 2.8 million, but the actual was 3.8 million barrels in the inventory, which means they did not sell as much barrels as projected, which means the price of oil is going to go higher. And if the price of oil goes higher, then the price of the indices move lower. That is in our favor to the relative equal lows in our technical analysis here with this trade. After taking buy side liquidity from 9:30 and 10 a.m., trading above midnight open, the shorts look primed, chat. Now you do notice that the P&L is a little bit less than usual because I did cut risk on this trade. Because we're already up on the day, I only wanted to risk half of what we made on the day. So we'll make about $550 on this trade, or $500 on this trade. See how we bodied below this low now? We're gonna get our stop loss, and we're gonna drag it to the top of that high, just a little bit above consequent correction actually. So now we basically got risk off of the trade. We're only risking about $100 on this trade now, which is absolutely lovely. We got a beautiful reaction to the downside. I want to see this new 5-minute open and just rip. This 5-minute open and rip to the relative equal lows. This candle open in 20 seconds should rip. See how oil's starting to push up higher? That is beautiful, chat. We got a beautiful long, and now we're going to catch a beautiful short to the downside. Absolutely beautiful reaction. I'm not loving that bullishness move. Oil is rejecting to push up higher after trading into an inefficiency there. Our stop loss is basically at break even here, so everything is fine. We're not going to close our position. I don't like how oil is pushing lower here, which is a little bit interesting because of the inventory news that came out. So this should be manipulation. I don't see oil reversing back down to the downside. We have a swing low formed here. I see oil attacking the buy side liquidity here. These relative equal highs are going to get attacked by oil. So any move in the opposite direction is, in my eyes, manipulation. Beautiful swing low form there. This is manipulation. If anything, I should add more positions to this trade. I love how oil is rejecting. It's trading into this 5-minute fair value gap, starting to push. I'm not going to add more positions because we're already too close to my draw here. But I would add more positions if I got in the trade. If this was my first trade. But I already have profits. I'm going to lock away the profits. I like how chat's saying calm down, Ben, chill, blah, blah, blah. While I'm literally giving y'all profits and sauce. Like, y'all want me to just be quiet? Don't love that reaction on oil. It's going to the lower 5-minute fair value gap. Not the greatest move for our trade. It's still going to end up pulling up bullish, but we could get stopped out here because of this. We're in that last line of support with this fair value gap in this BPR chat. We got to push down from this. Oil's starting to push back up higher here. We should rip here on oil. NQ should start moving lower. I'm probably going to drag my stop loss to break even here, chat, just to confirm my profits. I'm going to drag it to the high here. Only going to be risking like 70 bucks on this trade. So, break even at minimum. So, W, win in the day. Which means going into PM session, we're going to only be trading what we've made. So, no matter what, we won't be negative today. We should draw down lower. That news came out. I see that bearish fair value gap reaction. I don't like that. That is not good. That's not a good sign whatsoever, chat. We're in that 15-minute fair value gap and the inversion. It looks like it wants to sell off though, chat, because oil should be pushing up higher with that forecasted news for oil. It's very interesting oil is not ripping right now. This could be a leg of manipulation though. Let's see how it reacts to this inefficiency. It should push down lower from this. Beautiful consequent chrono reaction on that and Sibi there. We should start pushing lower. Beautiful reaction. Want to see a body below that. Want to see oil rip up. If it pushes down below that low, we're getting out. Yeah, I'm probably going to end up closing here. Oil's pushing lower. Looks like it wants to reverse. We're going to close the trade.
Order filled.
All right, we closed that break even. We actually made $10 on that trade. That's nice. All right, fellas. W stream, 1 win, 1 break even. W stream. Benjamin SMC is back, baby. Benjamin SMC is back. Break even. Let's go. Let's go. That's 2 wins in a row, 2 winning days in a row, baby. We're back. We're gonna get a big ass payout this month, bro. I'm telling y'all. Fellas, don't forget to use code Ben for Lucid Trading, 50% off, 90% off on Apex, or 85% off, I believe. 40% off Tradeify. Amazing prices. It is reversing a little bit, but I'm happy with what I got. Worst case scenario, I missed out on $500 because I closed that break even. I don't care. Fellas, stay disciplined, stay safe. We're going to finish in prayer and we'll be back in the PM session. Price action is probably going to go to those equal lows down there, but I'm going to stay away from price action right now. I'm not going to re-enter into this short. I'm happy with what I got. I'm going to walk myself out for an hour and walk away. Beautiful reaction. Oil is probably going to continue to drive up higher while the indices are probably going to go to those relative equal lows. I don't want to be in the trade. I'm happy with what I got in profits. It's probably going to rip lower, but I'm happy with closing at break even. We're fine. W, guys. W everything. W trade, W stream, and Benjamin SMC is back. Hold your horses, put your seatbelts on, because we're going to get a massive payout this month. Here we go, guys. By the way, everyone, thank you guys so much for watching. We're going to finish in prayer, and then we're going to be live 1:10 p.m. Eastern time. 1:10 p.m. Eastern time, chat. So let's do it. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for another amazing day and opportunity, Lord. Please be with us, protect us, and forgive us for our sins. Glory and praise be to your name. Remind us that everything is part of your plan, Lord. We just need to be obedient and follow you. Father, thank you for everyone, and please protect everyone across the world that's in the war, in the crossfires of the war, Lord. Please protect us, forgive us for our sins, and glory and praise be to your name. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All right, fellas. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys 1:10 p.m. Eastern time. Take care. God bless. Everybody, tell your sister, tell your brother. Benjamin SMC, Prime Benjamin SMC is back. Let's go. God bless you all.